Hi and welcome back to my channel, you guys. I'm super excited about this week's Catch Up With Me video. Heck, when am I not excited? So anyway, let's jump right on in. So I have a bit of bad news for you guys. I do not have my planner layout to show you this week. Why? Well, because I gotten so busy that I neglected to decorate my planner for this week. So just won't have one. I mean, the planner is there. I just don't have any stickers or anything on it. And you know what? It is what it is. Things happen. Just have a lot going on. We'll get back at it next week. So let's jump right into the next thing on my list. So I decided that I need to order some 5x7 cards, because one of the things that and I'm kind of jumping ahead of myself, but one of the things that we talked about in our Circle of Champions class on this past last Thursday was a young lady got up. She talked about always be marketing, which is so true. Now, we always have business cards, right? But she has these 3x5 cards, and I love it because number one, you have way more space to put down way more stuff on those cards, more stuff that you can get on your business card. So I will be working on getting some done. And if you know me, then you know I love me some Vistaprint. So that's where I'll be going to order my cards. And so like I said, I'll be working on that this week. And so I'll have a nice picture of myself. I don't necessarily know if it's going to be a full-length picture. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But I will be able to outline everything that my business does. Because as you know, my overall business is Michelle's Making It Happen. Now, under that, I do many things. There are many tiers to that. So I have my travel piece, I have my coaching piece. So I just decided to come up with Michelle's Making It Happen and then have the other stuff underneath of that. So this way I get to list all of that stuff out. So I'm loving that because I can't get all that stuff on my business cards, and I don't want separate cards, because here's the thing: if I meet you and you say, Michelle, look, I'm trying to book a cruise or a cabin in the woods for my family, I don't want to give you my card that says that I'm a life coach, because you're like, I said I needed a travel agent, not a life coach. You get where I'm going with this? So this way, that keeps me from having to have separate business cards, because that's what I've done in the past. Had travel business cards and I had coaching business cards. This way, honey, if I just do my little 5x7 cards, because the key is to always be marketing, right? I can just hand that card to you. It lists everything you need to know about me. Okay? And then, I can add all my links for my social media platforms as well as my podcast, which I'm going to go into. So that's what I will be working on, you guys, getting those promo cards done. Next on my list is my upcoming podcast venture. You guys, this has been so long in the making, and it's my fault. It is my fault because I just got busy, put it on the back burner, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to do that. I don't have time. And then recently, that little voice said, Michelle, you have time. Make the time. So I am going to move forward with my podcast. Super excited about it. So I went on, set up my podcast, domain name, and so my podcast name is going to be called, and I'm using Podbean. Pretty sure most of you have heard of that. So my podcast is going to be called Tea and Conversation. I love it, because what will happen is, as I'm talking to you on my podcast, please know that I'll be sipping on a cup of tea. It may not always be hot tea. Sometimes it'll be iced tea, but I will have me some tea. Okay? So I'm super excited. So, and I'll put the link for that in the description box. It's going to be podbean.com. So it's HTTPS. It's a long name. I'll put it in the description box, but it is Tea and Conversations. Super excited about it. And that is going to premiere September the 1st. I wanted to do it on the 1st of the month, just because I like doing things on the 1st of the month. So no real reason why, but I just want to do it on the 1st of the month. So last weekend, I recorded my very first podcast, and it is my 10 Rules for Success. I'm so excited about that. And so my partner in crime, because I think I told you guys that my partner in crime, Mark Elliott, and I will be working on doing podcasts together. I won't say we'll always do them together, but we will be doing quite a few of them together. So I'm looking forward to that. But I just wanted my first one to be just the podcast with just me and my 10 Rules for Success, because I just thought that was so important. But going forward, we will be doing some together. I'm excited about that. I just now have to think about the schedule for that. And thinking, I'm thinking, I'm thinking what I may do is, here's my thing. You guys know I am so busy right now. I'm thinking that I may commit to twice a month. Yeah, I'm thinking I may commit to twice a month. I almost want to say I'll do one weekly and I could put it out on Sundays, but I don't want to say that and then commit to something that I can't stick with. So we'll work that out. We will work that out. However, but on September the 1st, you will see, or you will be able to listen to that very first podcast. I'm super excited about it. So I'm still working out the logistics for how often I want to do them, because I'm kind of thinking bi-weekly, and they'll be uploaded on Sundays. But again, I don't know. I have to talk to him and we'll work that out. So, but I'm excited about that nonetheless. Next on my list, so last week's Circle of Champions class, we talked about one of the takeaway. We talked about many things, and this is why I tell you guys, if you're not coming to be a part of Circle of Champions, honey, you miss out on so much stuff. You can come and be a guest. You can be my guest. Reach out to me and say, hey, Michelle, look, I want to come be your guest. Check out this Bob guy. See what's going on with Circle of Champions. Feel free to do that. Just reach out to me. Let me know that you're interested, and I will make that happen for you. So one of the many things that we talked, because we talked about a lot of stuff, but this is one of the things that I really wanted to share with you guys. And Bob asked the question, or we needed to ask the question, where is your focus right now? Okay, because whenever you're doing stuff, like right now, it seems like my focus is all over the place, but trust me when I tell you, I have this. Okay, I have this, but my focus is spread out amongst quite a few things. Aside from just running my business day to day, I've got my YouTube piece. I'm getting ready to venture into this podcast thing. Excuse me. So this whole speaking thing, I just have a lot going on. And so we talked about because we talked about creating your signature talk. What is your signature talk? And you need to figure out what that is, okay? And then we talked about, I can't read my own writing, you guys. Oh, then we talked about the art of storytelling. Oh my God. So it is so profound when you have the art of storytelling, and you can put that in when you're doing your speaking engagements. One of the things that Bob did, that he's done before, because I'd heard the story before, he tells the story about these three little boys that are walking down the street. And one of the things that you always want to do is, when you're telling a story, you want to be as detailed as possible, because what you want for the person that's hearing that story to do is to visualize everything you said. So when he's telling this story, I can see the three little boys walking down the street. Now, I don't remember the street name. I forget what street he came down, but he turned onto 18th Street. And I remember the white car that was driving too fast and spun out of control. And one of the little boys was able to run away. The other one got pinned up against a wall, but the third one got caught under the car and was drugged for a good distance. The skin was peeling off, and of course it had to be painful. And finally, when the white car came to a stop, the driver put the car in reverse and backed up. So now this young boy is being drugged in the opposite direction. By the time his leg came loose from whatever it was hooked on, because he has no idea what it was hooked onto, whatever it was punctured a hole in his leg, a nice size hole in his leg, and that's how he was stuck to the car. And so when the car finally let him free and the driver went on about his business, this young boy is laying in the street, clothes gone, because they're ripped off. Skin is just ripped off. Everywhere you can imagine. And I remember when the first time he told that story, good God, I had to fight back the tears because it was just so horrible. But in my mind's eye, I was there. I could see everything that he said because his story was so detailed. And when he got to the end of the story, he said, that little boy was me. And we were like, oh my God. Now granted, some people in the room had already heard the story, but a lot of us had not. It was so phenomenal the way he told the story. You would never have thought that was him in that story until he got to the end and said, that little boy was me. So we talked about the art of storytelling. We talked about, if you are a speaker and you're doing speaking engagements, you want to incorporate stories when you're talking. Lisa Nichols is another one that does a great job of storytelling when she's doing speaking engagements. I think she was the first person that I ever really, well, not take that back, because Les Brown does a great job of it as well. But Lisa Nichols and Les Brown, check those folks out because they tell some of the best stories, okay? So we did talk about that, and we talked about using hard words and soft words when you're speaking. And then we talked about creating info products. Going back to what I was talking about, the 5x7 cards. So you want to have informational products for your business. Business cards, postcards, posters, brochures, whatever it is. And that it doesn't stop there. Do you have, like for me, I have audio files that you can purchase, and I'll leave a link for that. You can purchase those audio files, download them, listen to them at your own leisure. Some of them have workbooks that go with it, so you can do the audio file and the audio file and the workbook, or you can just do the workbook without the audio file. Choice is yours. But creating info products for your business, because that's what people want to see. When somebody goes, I get a notice that someone's gone to my site and purchased some of my material, it warms my heart. You know why? Because they now have a piece of me, and they can take that with them and listen to it whenever they get ready. Okay? And so then we talked about branding and marketing. That's a class, like I told Bob, we need to spend a couple of weeks or a couple of Saturdays, or I don't know, maybe all day on Saturday, talking about branding and marketing, because there's so much that you need to know about branding and marketing. And then we talked about packaging your offers. So whatever it is, I just talked about audio files and workbooks, creating a package for those. Say, hey, if you get the audio file and the workbook, you're going to pay this price. But if you get them individually, they're going to be individually priced, which collectively they're going to come to more than if they purchase the package. So just knowing how to do that. And then one of the other takeaway was Bob talked about teaching in a way that nobody else is already doing. So you've got to get creative. You've got to figure out how are other people teaching, like Bob does, and then he figures out a way to teach in such a way that nobody else is teaching. That's something that you have to work on. So I'm telling you, come to Circle of Champions, you get to learn a whole lot of stuff, okay? All right, moving on. My workout for this week. Well, I didn't make it to the gym on Monday. I did go on Tuesday, though, okay? Didn't make it to the gym on Wednesday. Didn't make it Thursday. But I did go on last Friday. So, you guys, and so actually I went last Friday, but I also went Sunday afternoon. And then I went, Saturday afternoon, and then Sunday after church, after I went to serve my senior communion. So, as you can see, my workout, well, I tell you, let me say this. The reason why my workout has changed just a little bit is because now school is back in session, and what I don't want is for my niece to be out too late, and then she's tired in the morning trying to go to school. So what I said to her was, we will work out on Friday. So we'll go in like around 11:30. Well, actually, let me backtrack. About 10:30, no later than 11 o'clock on Friday, so that when we finish up, it's 12:30. I'm getting her to her house, 12:10. She's getting out my car, taking her behind on in that house, getting cleaned up and going to bed, and she can still get some decent sleep. So we're not working out Monday through Thursday because she needs her rest. And then on Saturdays, we will either go early in the morning. Unfortunately, last Saturday I had an event that I had to go attend, and so we could not do it, so we just did it Saturday afternoon. And then Sunday, I picked her up and we went after I went to serve my senior communion. So that's how we're going to have to do our workouts for a while anyway. And it's okay, it's all right. At least as long as we're getting it in, we're getting it in. Now me, I need to get my butt up, okay, and get into the gym still on Mondays at midnight, if not a little bit before, and then still getting there on Wednesday and then Friday, because I have goals that I need to stick. I need to stick with the plan so I can achieve the goals I've set for myself. Okay, but my eating has been great this week. My eating has been very great, so I'm so proud of that. And I'm just going to keep up the good work, and this is why I track my food in my fitness planner, which I actually have right here. This is I got the mini fitness planner, and so this is how I track my food, and so I'm doing really great. But you guys know, I also use the My Plate app, and I track my food on here as well. So eating wise, I'm doing great. It's just that working out piece I got to work on. And it really just boils down to, Michelle, you've got to stop saying you don't feel like it and just go, even when you don't feel like it. Moving on, the B event. So we had the B event on this past Saturday. So I will have those updates for you next week because I have to go through my notes and things. But I will have those notes for you. Updates for you next week. So stay tuned for that. And next on my list, you guys, so apparently there is a new Happy Box that's coming out, and it's been designed with Teresa Collins. I have no idea who that is, but you know what? I wanted to say it because that's what the notice said. And so this Happy Box is going to be $49.99 every month, and it is by subscription. And so this offer starts on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, August the 27th at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it'll end on Thursday, this Thursday, August the 29th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will put that information in the description box. So if you're interested, you guys have got to get on it because it's only open from Tuesday to Thursday. So you will register, pay your $49.99, and then you will start getting your subscription box every month. Now, as far as can you cancel if you decide you don't want it after a couple of months, I don't know. That's something you'll have to look into when you go to register. But let me tell you what you get in it. So you get 3 rolls of washi tape, which y'all know I love washi tape. You get 1 classic guided journal. That's what I really want. Oh God, I really want that. You get 3 cling stickers, 20 classic filler sheets, 1 punched envelope that you can put inside of your planner. You can hold pins, stickers, whatever you want to put in it. You get 1 mug. You get a 152 sheet pad of paper, 1 pouch, 30 sheets of stickers, and 30 puffy stickers. So this should sound very interesting. And let me just show you. So this is what it looks like. I hope you guys can see. This is the best I have to offer you. So this is what the email looks like, and it just showcases everything that you will get in your subscription box. So like I said, it is by subscription. So you will have to register for that. Okay? Okay. And then last on my list is I am going to be I'm going to be a part of a Shelter Makeover project. And I believe this project has happened sometime in October. And sounds like it's going to be a really great project. I'm looking forward to it. And unfortunately, we will not find out the location of this shelter until I think it's like a day or two before, because everything has to be done anonymously. This is a shelter for battered women, and so it's not something that they can just give you months in advance. And there's all this confidentiality and all that other great stuff. And the thing is, unfortunately, though, as you do these, and I'll make sure I have pictures, you guys, when we're done. But as you work on this project, you don't get to see the people that are in this shelter, in this room, and they don't get to meet you either. So that's the unfortunate piece. But the beauty of it is that, so you may be doing some painting. I'm sorry, I didn't finish my thought. The beauty of it is that you get to do something good for someone else. So it may involve some painting of the walls, changing out curtains, blinds, putting up shelving, bringing in a new bed, dressers, area rugs, whatever the case may be, because the shelters these women are in, they're just plain boring rooms and things that they're in. So you want to make it as lively as possible, since this is where they're going to be until they can find something else. So I'm super excited about that, you guys. I can't wait. Now, I would never tell you where the shelter was, of course, but I can't wait to, hopefully we'll have pictures of the before and after, and I can show you what it looks like, and to give you some more information if you ever want to become involved in such projects. Okay, so that's all I have, you guys. Thank you so much to my newest subscribers. Thank you so much to those of you that continue to support me in all that I do. I love you guys to the moon and back, and y'all know the drill. There's nothing you can do about it, so don't even try, because I'm going to love you anyhow. I'm going to love you in spite of you, and I'm always going to love you when nobody else likes you. You always remember that Michelle loves you. Till next time, take care.